Hey, 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 it's Tia, baby. And I am back with another video. I'm on the road today, or this week. So, I'm hoping I can keep going. Let's see. But this is not going to be a long, driven video. But I want to put something out there. I want to properly explain certain things that people in the comment section question about me and my, I want to say, loyalty to Selena and all of that, amongst other things. And I did forget to mention a few things that I did notice in the documentary. So I'm going to talk about that first before I forget it. The first one was when Yolanda expressed that she quit. She had put in a resignation letter. Now, do I believe that? I think I did talk about that. I think I did because I said that when I heard the tape message of the so-called HR person that talked about her DRUG test, for the new phantom nursing position. And I did talk about, well, where's the proof of that? Where is the application? Well, it really wouldn't matter because anybody can write an application. But where is the proof that she renewed her license? Because, she's been out of the nursing industry for the nurse field for some years. So I'm sure things have changed since she, quote unquote, decided to want to go back into nursing. And feels like that, like being a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, stuff like that, you have to renew your license like sometimes some in some states every year, some every few years, but you have to complete some classes or some educational units or some type of credit to renew your license, because I'm sure her license has expired. And I thought that I read and heard that she allegedly got fired from her nursing position because she was allegedly embezzling things from there. So when I know I heard that before. And so she got her nursing license suspended, allegedly. I'm not saying that it's true, but I believe I heard that somewhere that she was fired from her. I believe it was from Chris Book, but I think it was also from an internet source where I read and heard that she was let go because she was embezzling money at the hospital or wherever she was working. And so if that is the case, I don't think anybody will hire her back, because if you're allegedly stealing money from there, or stealing, I don't know if she was stealing money or she was stealing medication. It was because I'm like, where can you steal money? I guess you can in like the insurance department in the hospital, but I don't think that. I think she was stealing money. Not money, medicine, or some type of I think it was some type of medicine. Anyway, she was stealing something, and it caused her job. So I'm like, if that's the case, why would anybody hire her back? Because I'm sure that's on record. Also, what else? She said that there was, her niece, alleged, no, it wasn't no alleged. She did say it in the documentary that how can Yolanda be stealing money when it was no money to steal in the beginning? Since when? Because they put up records showing there was a negative balance because there were no customers buying merchandise. in her boutique. So they weren't making any money because there were no customers and there weren't enough money to pay the staff their salary and things of that nature. I believe that's a load of crock. Why? Because at the end of the day, that's Selena. People were going in there. The lines were long, like wrapped around the building when they first opened. And then people were going in there buying a lot of souvenirs, a lot of t-shirts, it's not only just buying clothes. You can get your hair done. You can get your nails done. So I highly doubt that that her business was going south. Because if that was the case, she would have one of the businesses would have either closed down. She wouldn't even have enough money to make to expand her business in Mexico if it was really not making any money. Because you have to you have to spend money to make money. And if yes, she's making money on her music career, but she's also making money. She also has to make money in her boutiques in order for it to sustain. So there is that doesn't make any sense how she didn't have any customers, but she was able to expand her business in another country, let alone another part of the city in Texas. She had two, but a third coming up. Her business was booming. People were supporting Selena. So I don't know where she's talking about. No, that negative balances was probably from Yolanda stealing money. And then, first of all, with this, they never talked about that ring. They never talked about the ring that she allegedly purchased for Selena, that egg-shaped ring or whatever. It was like a picture of an egg. They never talked about that. Never talked about it. Okay, so where'd she get the money from? Because from my understanding, that ring cost thousands of dollars, if more than thousands, like 4,000. It was a lot of money. Where did Yolanda get that money from to buy that ring? If business wasn't booming in the boutiques, that means she wasn't getting paid the money that she was getting paid because there's no customers. So if there's no customers, there's no money. There's no money, there's no paycheck. Where is she getting that money to buy that ring? She has access, mind you, she had access to everything Selena owned. She had access to her house. She had a spare key to her house because she was, supposedly using the spare key to transport luggage, like Selena's luggage or clothes and things, like whatever for the boutique or whatever, to her house when Selena was on the road or busy touring and stuff. She had access to the house so she could transport things to her house when she wasn't home. She has access to her credit cards, business credit cards, personal credit cards, all of that. She has access to the boutiques, like a spare key, everything. She has access to everything. Selena have access to her whole life. So if there was no money coming in at the boutique, where did she get that money from to buy that ring? That's how I know that they're lying. They're lying about that because there's no way. And then she bought that ring with the business, allegedly, the business credit card. Why are you using the business credit card to buy a gift for Selena? If you're buying a gift for Selena, then you should have put it out of your own pocket or your own credit card. Even if it was from her and several staff members, why are you using petty cash or the business credit card to buy that ring? If that's a gift, then you should be gifting it from your own pocket. Or all of you got, or all her and whoever else was supposedly pitching in to buy that ring should have all got money out of their own pockets, put it together and bought the ring. That didn't happen because she took that money from the business. Petty cash or business credit cards and things, that is for to buy things for the business, meaning supplies, materials, merchandise, whatever is needed for the business. You use that money for that. You don't use that money for personal things or gifts, because that will be considered stealing or embezzling. So she did embezzle money because she used the company's credit card to buy a gift for Selena. So yes, she did embezzle. She did embezzle. There is no proof that there were no customers, and maybe there weren't no customers like that. The business was going down after Selena passed, which is why her boutiques are no longer in operation anymore. But when Selena was alive, her businesses were booming. I mean, every business, and even if they weren't at all the time consistent, no businesses are really consistent busy every single day. You have high points, you have mid points, and you have low points, and then you go back to high. It happens. So I'm sure that has happened, recessions or people losing their jobs, whatever, and they may not have the funds to go do what they normally do. It happens. That's the risk you take when you own a business. But I don't believe that her business was absolutely not making any money to the point where it was in the negatives. That was not true. That negative balance that she showed was something that she stole. Not had nothing to do with no customers. Because if I'm gonna put it myself in a situation. If I'm working for my friend at a store or whatever, and there's no customers, and I'm not getting paid the salary that I was getting paid, I'm going to either do two things. Either I'm going to find myself a part-time job, or I'm going to quit and let her know that I'm sorry, but I have a family to raise, this and this and this, and no money is coming in, and I need a full-time job, or I need some work in order to get paid. Did the niece ever say that she had a part-time job, that she had to get another job in order to pay her bills and things like that? Did she say Yolanda had to get another job to pay her? If it's no money coming in and they're not getting paid what they normally get paid, how come nobody quit? How come nobody got another job? How come they didn't say that? That's very important. They stood by her. Yeah, that's good that you stood by her. But at the end of the day, your bills ain't going to stand by her. You got to do what you got to do to pay your bills. So how was you paying your bills? Nobody talked about the murals that Yolanda had in her apartment, because I believe Martin Gomez, he and another employee went over there to retrieve some fabric, and they saw a whole murals of Selena in her apartment. How come her niece or anybody else didn't mention that in the documentary? How come they didn't mention that? They had to have came to her house. That's her aunt, I'm sure. Where were the murals? Why they didn't talk about it? Another thing that I forgot to mention. Okay, somebody else brought up that little love letter. I don't know what it was, but it said Dr. Secret. Okay, now that I would say it's a little bit shady, because who writes on a red envelope Dr. Secret? Who wrote that? Because that just seems weird. Like, so are you saying Yolanda bought a red, and we know red represents love, passion. So did Yolanda go to Hallmark or go to well, back then it wasn't CVS, People's Drug Store, or Walgreens, or whoever? Did they go there? Publix, Piggly Wiggly, HEB, whatever, gas station? Did she go to any of those places to buy a red envelope and put Dr. Secret on it? Because I don't think Selena did that. Why would Selena write Dr. Secret on a red envelope? Who does that? That's a dumb person trying to get figured out or trying to get caught. Like, who wrote that? It seems to me that the aunt, that the niece and the other nieces and nephews did something like that, because that scene, and then the envelope looks so new, so crisp, like they just bought it that morning at their local convenience store, grocery store, pharmacy, whatever store. It just looks so crisp. It didn't look like something that was 20 something years ago, unless they took very much, preserved it very, very well. But it just looked very new. And then comes this little itty bitty little paper, unusual paper that looked like they got it from the bottom of a cereal box. I don't know, but it says in Spanish, and then he spelled her name wrong. For somebody that's supposedly close to her, loves her, adores her, will leave his wife and kids for her, can't even spell her name. Come on, her name is everywhere. There is no excuse why you miss. Now I know a lot of people mispronounce her name. Some people say Selena. Some people say Selena. Some people say whatever. Celine. You never know. But to misspell her name, Selina, when her name is everywhere, there is no excuse. You're a doctor. You can't spell. You may speak in Spanish, but her name is still the same. Still spelled the same in English and Spanish and French, wherever. So I'm just trying to understand it. You're that close to her. You should know how to spell her name at least. But I'm not going to even harp on that. That really is irrelevant. But that did stand out to me. And then I guess it said, I love you, your friend, whatever his name is, Eduardo. I think his name is Eduardo. Is his name? No, Ricardo. Okay. Now, even though I said Selena, the boy next door, her father, whoever, everybody's capable of cheating. I do hope she didn't, but I wouldn't put it past her. That's all I'm saying. I didn't say, oh, she did it. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying she may have flirted. There was something going on. She may have flirted because she's trying to get this man to fund her or get the connections to get her business booming. She's just playing a game. But I don't think she was in love with the dude. I don't think she wanted to be with the dude. I don't think she wanted to sleep with the dude. I don't think she wanted to do that. I think she was just playing her cards right to get this business on and popping. That is it. And I believe Yolanda took it and ran with it and narrated her own story. That's what I believe. But I do believe there was something going on, like some flirtation. And I do still believe that is wrong. You're married. You shouldn't be flirting with nobody. But you're trying to get your business. I mean, you know, do what you got to do, whatever. She human. She ain't perfect. It's whatever. However, that clearly proves, that note clearly, I mean, the niece, and like, why, I'm sorry, all of them built the same. The niece, both of the nieces and Yolanda, they built like Mrs. Potts from Beauty and the Beast. Anyway, the chin, I don't know. Anyway, that's proof right there. I love you, your friend Ricardo, if that's his name. If they were in love, if they were giving themselves to each other completely, in the words of whatever his name is, Ricardo Martinez, if that's his name, I don't know. If they were giving each other themselves and all that, that note wouldn't say, I love you, your friend forever. It would have said, I am in love with you, the love of my life, my lover, or my sweetheart, or your sweetheart. Something, it would have something passionate. It literally says, I love you. I love you. You can love anybody. That doesn't, he didn't say, I'm in love. I'm so in love with you. I love you is different than I am in love with you. I love you. You can love your brother, your sister, your neighbor, your friend, your whatever. They're friends. So yes, he loves her as her friend, as his friend. She probably loved him as her friend. And it literally states, your friend forever. It didn't say your lover forever. It didn't say your sweetheart forever. It didn't say your boyfriend forever. It didn't say yours always forever, something like. It didn't say anything. It was innocent, but they made it like, ooh, what was that? There's proof. All that, and then it wasn't. If I and the niece saying, if I'm as a married woman, if my husband or if my friend, so-called friend, say that to me, I would be a little. Really? He didn't say anything. He didn't say anything. Okay, what she say? You are the light of my life. Okay. Now that's, that, but that doesn't prove that she felt that way. That's how he felt. He felt that Selena was the light of his life. I'm sure Selena was the light of every man's life back then and now. That's not her husband. And I'm sure her husband knew that Selena was the light of their life because they all admired her. A lot of men admired her. A lot of men fantasized her. A lot of men wanted to be with her, which is why they booed her when she said she was married. So I'm sure there was plenty of men that felt that Selena was the light of their lives. That doesn't mean that she felt the same way. It never said that Selena wrote. They never showed, or it's nothing in there saying that Selena wrote, you are the light of my life. I love you. You're my forever, or whatever. She never said. That was him. So maybe that's how he felt. That's how he felt. But that doesn't mean that she felt the same way. Too bad he felt that way. That ain't her problem. She's just trying to get her business booming, and that's it. But she may have done something to lead him to thinking that there was something, because flirtation for one person can mean something totally different to another. He's old. He was even old back then. She's 20-something. She's young. Her version of flirting could be just plain old friendly. But in his mind, his 50-something-year-old mind at that time, he probably like, ooh, she loved me. Ooh, she got the hots for me. She wouldn't be flirting with me if she was married. If she got to love me if she flirt with me and she married. But in her mind, that's probably not what it was. It was probably just innocent in her mind. But in his mind, he's old-fashioned. He's old-fashioned. When a woman, he grew up in an era where women do not pursue men. Men pursue women. So when he sees that a woman is being flirtatious to him, that means to him that she's coming after him. When in her mind, in her Generation X mind, she's like, he's just a friend. I'm just a little flirt and build up his ego so I can get this money or get this business booming, and that's it. And his baby boomer ass mind or whatever he is, I don't know what the one before that. He can't be a baby. Is he a baby boomer? I don't know if he's a baby boomer or he's a Great Depression. I don't know. But he thought something different, deeper, when it wasn't that. This is what I'm trying to implement when it comes to cheating, when it comes to their situation. I'm not saying she did. I'm saying she did do something indiscretion to him, which is probably flirting. That is still wrong in the eyes of God and in the eyes of your marriage. Flirting with another man is wrong. Flirting with another woman is wrong. Whether you meant to do it or not, or you never know what the other person is thinking. And you don't want to cause any issue. So what she did was wrong, even if it was innocent in her mind. It's wrong. Because the moment Chris will flirt with another woman and she knows or she finds out, she will be heated. She will be heated. So yes, she lacked that common sense. Do unto others as if you want them to do unto you. She knows she failed at that. And this is what people don't understand. Being a fan of somebody doesn't mean you have to like everything that person does. You're going to have things that you may not like about that person, but that doesn't mean that you're not a fan. That's just like you having a friend. You're not going to like everything your friends do. Y'all going to have disagreements. Y'all going to bicker. But that doesn't mean you're not their real friend. That means actually you're their truest friend because you're being honest about the good, bad, and the ugly. So I'm like, I am a great fan of hers, but I'm not going to be, I'm not going to be obsolete of the things that she could have worked on. I believe she could have worked on being more cognitive of how she interacts with men or people, because I know the same things that she was doing, the flirting, even though it's a part of her job, she would not like it if she saw Chris do that. She would immediately be upset about that or have an issue with that. So she should have, piped certain things down. You don't have to give everything what a fan wants. It's okay to give them a fantasy, but sometimes you have to respect the fact that you are in a marriage, a relationship. Just like you want your husband, just like she wanted her husband to respect her feelings, she has to respect his feelings at all times. Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. What's more important, your fans or your family? Sometimes your fans should get, first service because that's your job. But when you cross a certain lines, that's when you got to say, nah, I'm not doing it. Enough is enough. Like, I respect my man. Which she has. Because she did not want to kiss or, do anything when she wanted to, be an actress. She was against kissing out of respect of her husband. So she does have common sense when it comes to her marriage at times. But even simple flirtation, even though she thinks that's simple, it doesn't, but we don't know what the other person is thinking. They could be thinking a whole totally different thing. Some people are, obviously, Yolanda, come on. Prime example, she's crazy. She is. Well, she's loco. And, Selena being friendly to her is Selena felt one way, but obviously what's her name, Yolanda, thought of it in a different light. So take that into consideration. Like, she's not here to, explain herself and really she doesn't have to. This is her personal business. But again, she is in, the line public eye, and there are certain things you have to watch what you do in the public because it can be misconstrued. But and another thing, somebody mentioned about being a Jehovah's Witness, that because you're a Jehovah's Witness, you're against cheating. Do y'all not know who Joe Jackson is? Do you not know, remember that he is a I don't know if he still was, but they all grew up Jehovah's Witnesses and as a married couple, him and Catherine Jackson. Do you not know that he cheated on her, had a 22-year affair with another woman behind Catherine Jackson's back, and had a whole child named Giovanni Jackson, who I follow on Instagram because I was just being nosy. But look, you can't even deny her. You can't deny her. She has Joe Jackson's whole face. So, and he treated that child way better than he treated his own kids, with his own legitimate kids, with his wife. He had 10 kids with Catherine. They lost one because what's his name? What is his name? The brother that is like literally a year older than Michael, and they were called Marlon. Marlon was actually a twin. He was a twin. His twin brother was Brandon Jackson, but his twin brother did not make it. He passed I don't know when I guess when they were born he passed, or he was a stillborn. But they had 10 kids together. But of course Joe Jackson has 11 12 because 12 because they had 11. I'm sorry, 11 because he had 10 with Catherine, and he had 11. I mean, he had one with the other woman, and he maintained a 22-year affair with that woman. That would have pissed me off. And yeah, they decided to stay married because of course he don't believe in divorce, and he don't believe in birth control and all that and all that. And Catherine still loved him. She almost left him, but they reconciled. However, so don't tell me, she's a Jehovah's Witness, that means that they're against cheating. Joe Jackson was a Jehovah's Witness. Their whole family was at one point. And he had a 20. That is all. I don't understand. I mean, kudos to Catherine. Kudos to Catherine, because I could not do it. I couldn't do it. It almost, I kind of was in a situation like that. I wasn't the other woman. I was the main woman. And, I found out that, he was unfaithful for a great amount of years, but not 20 something years. And he ended up having another child on me. And we're working through it. I don't want to speak more into it because I'm still trying to heal from that. Nobody's perfect. He's not a bad person. He made a bad decision. And he got to live with that now that he has another kid. But I'm not going to fault him 100% for him cheating, because I cheated before. But I didn't have a whole kid on him or nothing. But, things happen. And, like I said, I'm upset at the decision that he had made, but he's working on himself. I'm working on myself. Hopefully we can reconcile. We're healing. He's healing. I'm trying to heal. And hopefully we can heal together and, make it work. If it's meant for us to make it work. And I think it is. I believe it is. And I know it is. But I have to heal from the other child. I have to learn to accept the other child. I don't want to right now, and he knows that, and he understands that. But eventually I have to, because the child didn't ask to be there. I don't have any ill will towards the other child. I don't. And I'm spilling more than what I'm supposed to on my channel. And I'm not, this is it. And I'm not going more into it. I'm not. So yeah. And that is part of the reason why I wasn't really posting. Because I just I didn't feel like it. I was lazy. I didn't feel like it. And I was dealing with my own issues. And so, yeah. But that's a prime example why I see things in a different lens. And why I say you can't put nothing past anyone. Just because they come off or look or, present themselves as they, you know, very, very positive and nice and this and that, does not mean that they're not capable of the unthinkable. So, like I said, I gave an example about Martin Luther King. I gave an example about my own life. I gave an example of, well, Joe Jackson. I mean, I just gave an example of him because people were saying, because Jehovah's Witness, that you're against cheating. That's a lie. That's a lie. I mean, maybe that was in the Chronicles, but that's even in Christianity. Thou shalt not commit adultery. Cheating is adultery, is a part of adultery, but people still do it. It doesn't make it right, but people still do it. So that's all I have for today. I'm going to cut this short, and I actually went longer than I thought, but that's all I wanted to talk about things that I forgot to mention about the documentary that, you know, it was on my mind. So yeah, if you have any more topics or things that I missed in the documentary, or just about Selena, period, let me know. DM me in Instagram or comment below on this video. Peace.